Hello, good morning and welcome to the build-up from RamsTV. Derby County return to Pride Park this lunchtime with the chance to move back into the Championship playoff places. The Rams are hosting contenders for promotion themselves, Ipswich Town. Which means that the table is the only place to start. Ipswich 7 points off the top two with a game in hand as they look to secure an immediate return to the Premier League. Derby 6 points back of the Tractor Boys and 2 behind Wrexham in the race for 6th. That means a win at lunchtime will take the Rams back into the playoffs, at least until Millwall visit Wrexham later in the day. Well, West Brom slipped into the bottom 3 this week after Blackburn beat Sheffield Wednesday on Tuesday. Leicester are now only out of the relegation zone on goal difference after they were handed a 6-point penalty for financial breaches this week. So that's how things stand coming into the weekend's games. Lots to come up on the build-up. It was a busy week, of course. The deadline coming on Monday, the January transfer window coming to a close. We'll get to all that, but let's start by hearing from one of the perhaps unsung heroes of Derby's 5-0 triumph at Bristol City last Friday, defender Matt Clarke.
I think it was sort of the complete performance. You know, at times we've looked really dangerous going forward and then give away sloppy goals where I thought, yeah, Friday night it all sort of came together, which is really pleasing. And in the Championship, the first goal is so important to get that and then almost sort of stay on the front foot and sort of back that up and get the second and the third. Yeah, that's really pleasing and something we need to do more of. Richard
O'Donnell said to me it was probably the quietest night of his career. As a defender, is that the nicest compliment you can have?
Yeah, but that doesn't mean we played the perfect game. You know, we still give up opportunities. There's still things to be better at. You know, so just because the keeper's not made loads of saves doesn't mean we've defended really well. It's sort of, yeah, it has to all come together a little bit. So yeah, we take the positives, but there's still things we want to get better at, and we want to control all the game. You know, it's not just about the shots we give away; it's about the moments we give away as well.
It's been such a theme of the season so far that everybody seems to have stepped in and played a role. How pleased have you been for Rich getting his opportunity?
Yeah, it's not surprising to us that train with the squad every day. You know, the lads are all ready to come in and do a job. Yeah, we see every day what a good keeper Rich is. So yeah, it's no surprise to us at all.
Ipswich on Saturday, your hometown club, of course. Take us back to your time coming through the ranks at Portman Road.
Yeah, it's a bit of a strange. I really like the fans of Ipswich won't know really anything. They haven't seen me play really. I never really broke into the first team, but it's a club that I've spent a lot of my childhood at. You know, I've sat in all the change rooms for all the age groups. You know, even to a point signing full time as a scholar. So yeah, it's a club I've spent many hours at, and yeah, fond memories of course, and a big part of my development as a footballer.
Was there ever any regret that you didn't get a bit more of a chance there as a senior player?
No. At the time, I wasn't ready to go into the setup there. I wasn't at that level, so I needed to go out and play. And yeah, I probably look at the people I was with that didn't go out, and I was all the better for going out. And I'd always say that to young players: if you get the chance, you've got to go play. You've got to put yourself out there and test yourself at a proper men's level. So yeah, no regrets from that point of view.
And it's become quite a big game on Saturday. Not much between these teams in the table. How do you view it going in?
Just a game that we want to go and win, really. I think it's a point of the season where the finishing line isn't in sight, but as you said, the games are probably going to slowly get more and more important as we get to that point. So yeah, you need to be picking up points. You don't want to be falling behind on the goals you want to set. So yeah, we're not going to win every game from now to the end of the season, but we're desperate to not give up anything either. So yeah, it's a big game and one that we want to go and put on as dominant performance obviously as Friday. We want to do that at home as well.
That's a Derby defender Matt Clarke ahead of today's game against Ipswich Town here at Pride Park Stadium. The week began with the January transfer window just about coming to a close. Deadline day was a busy one for the Rams. Yeah, 6 players left the club in total over the month, either on loan or permanently, including Andy Weimann, who completed his loan move back to Austria actually on Thursday. 4 new faces have arrived, including a pair of deadline day deals. Defender Derry Murkin on a permanent deal, and forward Sam Szmodics on loan from today's opponents, Ipswich Town.
I think the first contact with Derby was a couple of months ago. It started with maybe a loan because I wasn't getting too many minutes in Holland, and yeah, of course I wanted that. And time's been going on, and yeah, basically last night around midnight I got told that Derby are going to want to buy me, so I had to pack my bags same evening and fly in the next morning. And yeah, it's been a busy day, but I think got everything done.
Yeah, it was intense, but ultimately got what Derby wanted and I wanted, to come here and get some games, and finally we got it done. I heard about it early January, early on, nothing really concrete, and then I only found out a couple of weeks ago when the first bid went in, or maybe 10 days ago when the first bid went in, and that's when I let Ipswich know that it was something that interested me, and whether that was a permanent or a loan with an obligation, it was something that I wanted to do, to come and work under the boss again, and thankfully just happy it got done in time.
I was born in Colchester, and I moved to England when I was 4, and yeah, been there ever since. The 2023 till midway summer 25, I've been in Germany, so yeah, that was a good experience as well.
I just think I played my best football under the manager and under Guards and Keith, and it was an opportunity to come and work with them again. And a club like Derby, the size of the club, and the ambitions this season, is something that I couldn't turn down. I think it was just the confidence he installed into me, and the free role he gave me, and he sort of echoed that coming to Derby. He's going to give me the same role and give me that confidence, and hopefully I can just hit the floor running and carry on that form.
Yeah, I think the coach, he knows I'm an attacking fullback, so yeah, he just told me defending is most important, but I'm going to get enough balls and yeah, get enough time and space to create stuff for the team and help the team with assists and maybe some goals. It's always a bit yeah, nerve-wracking, a bit exciting, new environment, so many new people. But yeah, I'm just excited, and I think when you're on the pitch, it feels the same as any other club.
I think it's a massive thing, especially at my age now, at 30. I still consider myself young, but I still want to play enough football with a smile on my face and really enjoy it. And for me, I've really enjoyed Ipswich, but I just know that I've worked with this manager before, and I know what this manager can get out of me. And when an opportunity like that comes around, and they don't come around often, it's something that I've got to take control of.
And I had to double check this. You've never actually played at Pride Park before?
Never, no. I was an unused sub when I was at Bristol City. And apart from that, I've never been there, so I'm looking forward to playing there.
Yeah, how excited are you to meet the fans?
Yeah, I'm really excited. I've seen all the social media comments and that, and I'm really excited to meet them and finally play at Pride Park. Yeah.
Good to hear from the new boys, and you'll get John Eustace's thoughts on his deadline day signings a little later in the programme. Derry Murkin could make his Derby debut today. Of course, Sam Szmodics won't be available to face his parent club. Ipswich not as busy on deadline day as their fans would have liked, but they're still in the mix for an immediate return to the Premier League under head coach Kieran McKenna.
Yeah, I think they were a strong team then, strong team now. They had quite a lot of new faces over the summer, I think, so probably we're still bedded in a little bit at that point, and they've added in January again well, so it's clear they're in good form, played really well in their last game against Bristol City, and it's going to be a tough opponent, so yeah, I think it makes for a really good game, really tough game. We travel up there for an early kick-off, and we know we have to be ready.
Sam Szmodics, of course, will be a Derby player between now and the end of the season. Does he have a future at Ipswich Town, Kieran?
We'll see what the summer brings.
Okay. Femi Aziz as well. Alex Neil's made a few comments about him, suggesting Millwall turned down a record bid from Ipswich Town. Are you able to say anything on that? Are you disappointed he's not here?
No, in terms of bids, no. I know he's a player that the club have monitored for a while and likes, and felt that he could bring some different qualities to the squad. But in the end, he's a Millwall player. He wasn't attainable, so we crack on as we are.
And with the window closed now, you know what you've got going forward between now and the end of the season. Are you happy with the squad? Are you happy with the balance of the squad? Are you confident you've got the players in the building to achieve your goals between now and the end of the campaign?
Yes, in terms of players in the building, I think we have enough to be successful, but in terms of recruitment, having good players in the building, that's such a small piece of what will make us successful and make a team successful. So we have good depth, we have good players in each position, players who can contribute and be successful here. I also feel like we don't have too much depth in terms of everyone in the squad should feel close to the team. Everyone knows that they're going to have a part to play on the pitch very likely, but if not, being really close to the team and pushing the others. So I think that's a good place to be. So yeah, it's always nice to get to that point where the window's shut. You can look the group in the eyes, they can look each other in the eyes and sort of really double down on what the goals are for the season. Everyone knows that they're going to be here to the end, and I say with the numbers that we have in the group, everyone knows that they're going to be having a big part to play. And we go into Saturday with that mindset first and foremost, and then from there there's a little bit of a break, 16 league games, and we have to go at it with everything we got.
And that's Ipswich boss Kieran McKenna. Time to hear from his opposite number, who did get what he wanted on deadline day. Here's Derby boss John Eustace on those deadline day signings, Derry, Murkin and Szmodics.
Yep, delighted. I'm delighted with all the work that obviously the recruitment team have done throughout the window. It's a really exciting window for us. Obviously, we've moved 6 players on to be able to create the room to do that as well. I felt it was really important that to keep evolving the football club, we have to keep bringing fresh faces in and try and move on players that have been here possibly a little bit longer. So, on record, I'd love to thank all the players that have done some fantastic work since my time at the football club as well. And, I wish them all the very best going forward.
On the 2 that you brought in on deadline day, Derry, English but new to English football, how important was a bit of cover and a bit of competition in that area of the pitch?
Yeah, I think cover and competition's key for sure. He gives us that dimension to go forward. He's more of an attacking full-back, wing-back. He can play left wing as well. So, the work that the club have done to highlight him and, to bring him to the club has been great. And we're all really excited about what he can bring.
And on Sam, I mean, you probably know his qualities better than anyone. Were you surprised he was available?
Yeah, for sure. I know Sammy really well, obviously, working with him previously. He's a top performer at this level. He can play in all 4 positions across the front. So, it's a really exciting signing for us. And, I spoke about we only want to try and bring players in who can improve the squad and can make the rest of the group feel happy. And I think Sam's certainly one of them players.
And just to mention a late bit of business, Andy Weimann has gone home to Austria. Was that a bit of a surprise for you?
No, again, we have to create space in the squad. I think Andy has done terrific since coming back to Derby this season. He's done a lot of work behind the scenes with the squad, with the players. That was part of his role coming in. He's played some really important parts in the games as well. The winning goal at Albion, obviously early in the season, comes to mind. But he's seen a lot of games out for us. His level of experience has been great. So we wish Andy all the very best. He's got a World Cup that he needs to go to as well. So going away and playing for his team, if he can get a lot of minutes, then that'll certainly be a lot easier for him to get into the squad.
That's the window sorted. Just to look back briefly to Friday and that record-breaking win at Bristol City. Fabulous performance. What do you think went so right for you in Ashton Gate?
I thought the attitude of the boys was fantastic. We could have easily turned up and feeling a bit sorry for ourselves, with being stuck in traffic for 2.5 hours on the way and whatnot. But I think when you see the full house of away fans behind that goal as well, there's no room for excuses. You've got to give it your best, and everything that we did on the night went well. Our finishing was exceptional. The way we defended was very good. So it was an all-round very, very good performance, but it was on the back of also some real top performances before that as well. Obviously that 3-game week, the Preston, Charlton and Albion, the Albion game was always going to be a really difficult game at home. after 2 very tough away trips, you know, in the state of 6 days, and their result obviously before they played us was always going to make it even more difficult for us. But the way that the lads went about their business, we could have easily won the game. We ran out of time and a bit of legs at the end. To concede so late was disappointing, but to bounce back then and get the result at Bristol, you know, it's exciting.
How do you capture and repeat that sort of performance against Ipswich on Saturday at Pride Park then?
Well, we've just got to keep working hard and keep believing in what we're doing. We're coming up probably against the best team in the league, the best squad, the fantastic manager there. You know, so we know it's going to be a really difficult task. But you know, it's another opportunity to showcase ourselves and for the players to express themselves and go up against probably the best team in the league.
There is Derby boss John Eustace. Fireworks to kick off the Championship weekend last night. Charlton holding Queen's Park Rangers to a goalless draw at the Valley. 9 matches today, including leaders Coventry at home to Hull and struggling West Brom hosting Stoke. Wrexham against Millwall is a massive matchup in the playoff race. Sheffield United and Middlesbrough bring the weekend to a close on Monday night. But the game of the weekend in the Championship is right here at Pride Park this lunchtime. Derby County hosting Ipswich Town. You can watch it on RamsTV if you're in one of the EFL's unsold territories. You can get all the details and your Game Pass now at dcfc.co.uk. Matchday live with you from the earlier time of midday today. And there'll be some special faces walking out with the first team today. So let's meet the team. To mark World Cancer Day, 11 members of the Derby County Community Trust Active Recovery Programme will be walking out alongside the Rams first team ahead of the game against Ipswich Town at Pride Park on Saturday the 7th of February. Let's get to know the team. Danny Fitzsimmons is in recovery from prostate cancer following his diagnosis last year. He's feeling optimistic about the future and living life to the full. Stephen Stewart was diagnosed with Hodgkin's lymphoma in 2019. He defied the doctors who told him he'd never walk again and is still working as a canoe and kayak coach. Rachel Reid has been cancer-free for the past 3.5 years. She still attends 3 classes a week with the Trust, who came into her life at exactly the right time. Rachel lines up alongside husband Steve, who's dealing with stage 4 brain cancer. He's about to embark on 6 months of chemotherapy. Messages from his Derby County heroes are helping keep his spirits up. Joy Varley is living and enjoying life after her colon cancer diagnosis in 2024. At the age of 66, she's taken up running and aims to tackle the Great North Run next year. Michael Asprey was discharged from hospital just before Christmas. While recovering from prostate cancer, he lost his wife to pancreatic cancer. The Trust helped him get through. Julie Stead is still receiving treatment for breast cancer, but she's starting to finally feel like herself again and says she couldn't have done it without the Trust. Great news for Ian Sharp, who recently went back to work full-time. Ever the optimist, he was diagnosed with prostate cancer 6 years ago. Ian Carrington had his prostate removed 8 years ago and has been cancer-free ever since. But after nearly a decade with the Trust, he's still going strong. Diana Lazari's been undergoing treatment for Hodgkin's lymphoma since November 2024. She's a regular at the Active Recovery walking group and gym classes that have helped her enjoy life again. And Neil Groves has been an inspiration since first joining Active Recovery with his late wife. His cancer isn't going away, but he's determined to go on as long as he can with his Trust teammates by his side.